Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax Cut Glue. Oh, that sounded horrible. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So today I'm gluing in my board book. I just did a video on this yesterday or the day before. The day before yesterday, on Tuesday. So I picked up this board book at the Dollar Tree. You can get them cheaper at the thrift store, I'm sure. But you know, $1 for a project, it works for me. These are those little cardboard books that you give to your baby or your toddler that they chew on and they rip the paper off of and blah, blah, blah. If you have a bunch of those laying around, they're really fun to collage on and you can make your own board book. I have seen people take blank board books, which you can get on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description box down below. But people put like pictures of their family members on them and stuff. It's just really fun. I don't know. You can do a lot with board books. Anywho, I put out a bunch of images on my table here of different colorful things. I just really wanted some bright and colorful things to look at, you know, and collage, nothing dark and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I have a lot of anxiety lately, and bright, colorful things just make me happier. And I think it's important to work on things that can improve your mental health when you're kind of having issues, you know? So to answer a question that I get asked a lot, what is a glue book? And a glue book is basically whatever you want it to be. There are so many labels thrown around: junk journal, smash book, collage book, glue book, you know, art journal, whatever. Who cares what it's called? Just do you and enjoy yourself. So to me, to answer your question, a glue book is a book that you glue images into. You collage or you just paste them down haphazardly, whatever you do. And I get asked all the time, and not always in the nicest way, what do I do with it? And, you know, at first when I was asked this, I was actually pretty offended, and that's on me. I have anxiety. I'm a sensitive person. And I guess I just couldn't fathom. I get, you know, there's split, you know, 75-25. 75% of you wouldn't ask that question, and there's 25 of you who do. And there's a smaller percentage that ask it in not a very nice way. And there's some of you who are genuinely just curious, and that's great. You know, I aim to help and I support everybody. And I would just like to throw out a little disclaimer that I am a human being, and if you want to ask me a question and you want me to answer it, ask me nicely. Don't be rude about it. I've been a professional crafter for well over a decade. I've had, you know, Etsy shops that I've sold stuff out of. I've sold in stores. I've done craft shows and events, and I'm a vendor even to this day. I have sold all kinds of things, and not once ever have I been asked, what do you do with it? Until I started a YouTube channel and put my stuff on the internet. And I think it's a great question when it's asked nicely and not rudely. And what a glue book is to me, and it could be different to you. And that's what's awesome about this world, is a glue book is something that you glue images into. And what I do with it when I'm done is I put it on a shelf to look at. It's art. I go back through it and I run my hands over the pages. I know that sounds weird to some people, but it's calming for me. I put images into my glue book that I find interesting in some way, that I feel fit in the moment and are unique or funny or beautiful or cute or whatever. I put them in there for a reason. And I think what a lot of people, that 25%, what they miss, and it's at no fault of their own, is it's not so much about the finished product for me most of the time. It's about the process. And I glue book because I have anxiety. I glue book because I have fibromyalgia. I am in pain 24/7. I don't know what it's like to not be in pain, and it's been that way for a long time, and I don't want your sympathy. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I've come to terms with it. It is what it is, right? And part of the things that I do to help my anxiety and fibromyalgia is glue book. And I do that because I love to art and craft, and can't always do what I want to do. And glue booking is a very relaxing form of therapy, if you will, for me, meditation, if you will, for lack of better words. I don't journal. I can't. It hurts my hands to hold a pen and write for a long period of time. And so I don't journal. And one way that I get my thoughts down and out onto paper, if you will, is by collaging images. And that's my form of journaling, if you will, because while I'm doing this process, I'm calming myself down. I'm either talking through a problem in my head, or maybe I just put on a show and forget about, everything that's going on in the moment that's giving me anxiety. It's giving me that break, just like journaling does for some people. So I think if you put it into the thought of visual journaling, I believe I heard that from Caged Fish a long time ago. I'm not sure, but it's true. It's a visual journaling. I'm journaling with pictures, not just words, and it's therapeutic and it's fun. And you get to just do something that's very simple, but you get lost in it. Some people run for therapy. Some people do art, and some people cook or read a book or whatever. And we all have those different things. So I guess sometimes when I get asked, what do you do with it? It offended me because, one, it's my art, and if you asked a painter what they do with their art when they're done, they would look at you like you're a moron, right? Like you hang it on a wall, and I'm not doing anything that's any different. I'm displaying my collage books on my shelf, and people like to look at them when they come in my office, or I look through them for inspiration, or maybe I just want to look at a book of rainbows because it makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like what you guys expect me to do with them. And here's the other thing. People ask me all the time, can I journal in my glue book? Absolutely. There are no rules. If Joe Schmo wants to, add Posca pen to their magazine images, people will be like, no, that's an art journal then. Who cares what people label your art as, right? Like, honestly, I don't care. I say glue book just so people get an idea of what I'm doing, but it really doesn't matter what it is. I'm having fun, and what I do with it is what you do with any kind of art piece. And I just want people to know that it's more about the process for me than it is about the end result, if that makes sense. I mean, obviously I create things for a reason sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I'll create ATCs, or I'll paint a picture, or I'll make a greeting card. There is a purpose that is what's the word? Obvious, that it's an obvious purpose, and I get how sometimes people don't understand what the obvious purpose is for my book, and I assume that it's different for everybody, and what people do with it is different for everybody. So anyways, I just wanted to clear that up. A glue book is basically a book that you glue images into. That's the Cliff Notes version of what a glue book is. But to me, it's much more. It's therapy, it's art, it's fun, it's a pastime, it's something that I've made a lot of friends doing, and I am passionate about it. It helps me with my anxiety. It helps me feel creative, and I just really enjoy doing it. So I hope that clears up some of the questions that I've been asked about it. As for this piece right here that I'm working on, I just wanted something bright and colorful. I just wanted something that when you look at it, it just screams happy. And again, it was part of the process. I was feeling very anxious and I, just wanted to work it out. And I'm watching the series Bones right now. And oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. It's been around forever. But there was a really sad part and I was crying about it. And I just, it just those feelings. And when you get down and then all of a sudden it's like, woe is me and everything. I don't know. And then I read a comment and I just was like, okay, I don't want my day to just be, sad and anxious and irritated. So I did this glue book page to snap me out of that and, have fun. So anywho, it's very colorful and I really enjoy color. So anyhow, that's that. This page is coming along really nicely. Some of these images I've had for a really long time. A lot of these images came from magazines. I have a couple on here that were from free printables online. So I printed them with my computer and my printer, obviously. And then some of them are from children's playing cards or, what do you call those? I don't know. The little cards flashcards. Oh gosh, flashcards. And I peel the image off the top of the card. And that's what those, macaroons, or macarons. How do you say that? I always say macaroon, and I know it's wrong, but macaron. I sound like I don't know. It's enough tight, prestigious. I don't know. I can't say it. It sounds wrong to me, which is funny because I'm literally saying it wrong, but whatevs. Whatever. I desperately wanted to put this little circle thing on there and I don't end up doing it. I just really wanted it on there for some reason and it wasn't working for anything I was doing. So now I'm digging through here to find some more images. And the thing with this board book is it's small, right? So I had to try and look for my little tiny images and I've kind of used up a lot of my little tiny images. So I think I'm going to really go back to collecting more when I'm harvesting magazines. In my collage yesterday, the focus was kind of ice cream because it was a word on the background image that I used. So I added a cow and an ice cream cone and blah, blah, blah. But I had this little tiny little dog bone that I had cut out. And so I stuck it in the cow's mouth, kind of because cows are just kind of like big dogs. That's so cute. I don't think you even really notice it until you point it out. And that's what I love about collage because it's kind of like a Where's Waldo. The more you look, the more you find. And you're like, whoa, I didn't see that the first time I looked at it. And I love that about collage. I think that's really fun. So you could almost do you could make a collage book and then have a list at the beginning and say you have to find a ball and almost like a scavenger hunt, you have to find a ball, you have to find a wooden car and you flip through the book until you find all those things. That would be really fun. I think that would be fun to do for kids. There was a comment yesterday left on one of my videos that said I should do glue books for kids, and I would love to do that. I think that would be amazing to do some videos like that. So if that's something that you guys think your kids would like, I think that would be awesome, and I would love to do some videos that are kid related. Obviously, I will watch my P's and Q's. I'm a mom myself. I won't be inappropriate. So yeah, and the thing about doing videos with kids, towards kids though, is the comments are turned off in the YouTube video. So nobody would be able to comment on the video, but you could always go to my Facebook group and leave comments there too if you'd like to tell me something or ask me something. You can always do that there. But yeah, when you do a video that's intended for children, the comments are now no longer available for YouTube videos. So that's why my videos are 18 and over. I like to be able to converse with you guys, and you guys are able to ask me questions and that kind of stuff. Plus, this is my outlet. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able, I'm a mom 24/7, and sometimes I just want to come in my craft room and just, I don't know, be an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not that I'm not an adult. You know what I mean? Like, use adult words and laugh about adult things and that kind of stuff. So, things you talk to your friends about, not things you would talk to your kids about. That's what I'm getting at. So anyways, yeah, I would really love to do that. I could even make some glue books for kids, intended for kids. I think it would be a great pastime in the summer, especially, if you're going on a road trip or you're on an airplane ride or your kid is coming up to you 5,000 times a day going, I'm bored. Great, you can glue book. But there's lots of different types of glue books. I've done lots of different styles and types and, rainbow glue books, black and white glue books, scavenger hunt glue books, en masse glue books. Gosh, what else have I done? I've made them out of different things. I've made them out of cereal boxes, pasta boxes, candy boxes, aspirin boxes. Like, I've made glue books out of everything. Okay, not everything, but a lot of things. And so, yeah, I mean, there's all different kinds of glue booking, and I jump from style to style because, as I've mentioned in almost every video, I get bored really easily when it comes to arts and crafts, which is why I've done so many different styles of arts and crafts in my life. It's not that I get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore. I mean, sometimes that is. Like, I used to make jewelry all the time. Like, I really don't have any kind of drive to do that anymore. But with glue books, like, I'll work in my composition glue book for days at a time. And then I'm like, okay, I want to work on something else today. And I'll break out a board book and work on that. And then I go back to my composition notebook. So I don't usually have just one glue book going at a time. I usually have several going at one time because, like I said, I get bored and I like to do different things, different projects, and each glue book is different, in their own way. So that's what I like. So I usually work on I wouldn't work on two composition glue books at the same time. I mean, I might if they were different, like one was an en masse and one was just random, but I like to work on different styles, if that makes sense. So now I'm digging through here to look for some words that have color to kind of add to the places that I feel need to have more images on them, but I don't have any like long skinny images that I'm finding that will work. So I'm just kind of digging through and finding some words. I love finding words in magazines with like a color blocking in the background because I feel like that adds that extra pop of color versus just being black and white. So that's why I put that. I put make memories, one, because it was a color blocking of yellow behind it. But also, this page reminds me of summer. You've got the kid running from the ocean and bright colors and rainbows and the Zoom calls and pizza and fruit. It just really reminds me of summer. I really like it. I had fun with this page. I had a lot of fun with it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun hanging out with me, and have an awesome day. Until next time, bye.